Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina and we're back for another Earth Magic study. Another card. It's a Sunday, so we're pulling a card for the collective. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being back. I'm trying something new. Andrew and I set up our new office studio slash video room. I'm standing up, so I'm very excited to see if this changes the expression at all or how I like it. So just testing it out, so I'm standing. So you get maybe a little bit more movement. Okay, so for this week, our card is this one. This is perfect! Okay. Volcano, what is it? Volatility. Volatility. So, it is a new moon in Aries. It's the first sign of the zodiac. I'm learning some things here. And Aries is a fire sign. Aries is a warrior essence. It's what we stand for. It's what we fight for. It's the movement forward. It's all about action. It's all about fire. It's all about the spark, the action, the spark, the doing, the eruption, the movement forward, basically. So this is cool because this is that point of, well, there's a few things here. Oh, look at that. There's some people in there. Passion, too. Passion, maybe. This is about harnessing and learning to cultivate the fire energy, that fire that's inside of us. And instead of it being something that we want to take and burn everything to ruin. Do you know that experience? Do you ever have that experience where you get so fucking mad? You're like, I want to burn this shit to the ground. I want to destroy this stuff, right? Have you ever had that experience? And while fine, yes, if that's something you want to do, you want to destroy, okay, fine. But maybe there is another way we can do this also. Is there a way, and this is a question I've been asking myself, is there a way for us to harness that anger energy, that fire energy, that heat, that raw and fucking just that strength and that power inside of us? How do we utilize that to our utmost potential, to create the utmost expression rather than destroying with it, you know? So it's that point of, how do we give life rather than destroy life? That's what I see in this card, is learning how to do this. And so for me, one of the things that I've been looking at is this experience that I have, where I have these experiences of rage that will come up, and anger will come up, and just like mad, and just like sometimes it's very overpowering in the moment. A couple things I've done. I've acted out and lashed out and like hurt my physical environment, like as a point of needing to express this energy. And one thing is that it's important to realize that this energy is not bad. This experience isn't bad. It's here. It exists. And so rather we need to understand why it exists, and maybe even furthermore, not so much why, but, or maybe why, but also like what to do with that. And so depending on where you're at with it, if it comes up as a point of, I need to express this or I'm gonna fucking lose it, or you're wanting to lose it in that expression, I realized, and with the support of some people, that it's okay to go and take a stick and start hitting a tree, or like hitting a pillow, or taking a plastic bat and hitting your bed. You know, it's like there are ways to constructively express this anger. And what I realized was that in nature, you know, the whole predator and prey thing, I learned about this in some somatic training I did in education, learning about how the body stores energy and emotions based on experiences. So in the animal kingdom, there is flight, fight, or freeze responses in terms of the prey and predator dynamics. So when a prey is being preyed upon, they either fight, flight, or freeze. Oftentimes they freeze and their body goes into like a frozen state. If they happen to get away, or or flight also, like they run. If the prey gets away, they then act out this scenario where they get caught, and it's like a point of needing to release that buildup of energy, that buildup of adrenaline that is initiated when all of a sudden we're being attacked, and needing to play it out. And they said that baby animals will do this. They'll play out the whole prey-predator thing because they're acting out the emotion that was generated from the experience of trauma, let's say. And so it's the same thing with humans. We have had experiences, traumatic experiences, where we went into a fight, flight, or freeze response. And I don't know about you, but I haven't really heard much about learning how to then act out or release that buildup of energy when we're in an experience where we're experiencing trauma, adrenaline, that fight, flight, or freeze response. What happens is we're creating a lot of energy in a moment of facing this stuff. You know what that's like. Your heart starts beating, you start sweating, you start getting the shakes even as that adrenaline kicks in. What do you do with that? Oftentimes, like, it just stops and then you move on. But the idea is that that energy is now stored in the body and still almost active in that state. And so it's our job to find ways to release it. And so one of the things I was looking at with this anger is that the anger is a buildup, or it's you know, these moments when I have all of a sudden rage. All of a sudden I'm triggered with rage. I'm all of a sudden triggered with anger. It's like, what do I do with that? Well, chances are it's something stored in my body that needs to just be played out, acted out, or expressed. And so if I can't go to breath as a point of support where I just take some like 3 really deep breaths, which can help, but if I'm beyond that, I need to act it out, then I need to hit some pillows. I need to hit my bed. I need to go in my car and fucking scream. You know, it's like this point of there is a way to constructively express these buildup of energies that we're experiencing. And so I think that, you know, this month especially, and just life in general on Earth, we are at a stage where we're not going to be able to hold this stuff back as much anymore. We're going to have to face what it is that we've stored in our body, you know, because we are, you know, in a place in this life where it is time to create and express who we really are, but we can't do that when we're holding on to stored past experiences, which is manifested in the body as energy, as these past experiences, as the fight, flight, or freeze responses. So, you know, this stuff's going to be coming out. Will Smith, for example, at the academy, you know, it's like triggers, they're going to happen quick. And so it's like, how do we deal with this? Well, first, don't judge it. Know that it's okay, and it just needs to be expressed. So first things first, take some deep breaths. See if you can release that energy with some 3 deep breaths. Like really breathe as the velocity of the energy if you can. If that doesn't work, find a way to constructively express it. Hit your bed, bang on your bed, bang on your pillows, go and scream somewhere if you can. You know, it's just that point of the destruction happens when we project it outwards towards our environment, like deliberately as a point of blame, or outwards towards other people as blame, or to our environment where we start shredding shit or ripping things apart, which is what I've done, you know. So it's just learning how to direct this energy that we've accumulated in our lives. How can we release this? Because we need to release it constructively. So depending on the level and the degree in which it's, you know, existing within you, there are different things you can do. Sometimes just writing, if it's not that strong, writing can help release it. Talking about it can help release it. Breathing, and then if it needs to be physically expressed, find ways to constructively physically express it without abusing anyone in the process. So that's what I see here. Like, there's just a lot of things. It's just the fire energy and that eruption. Yeah, it's that eruption, that anger eruption of just like, but it's also a point of like, this is how we learn how to express ourselves, by giving ourselves permission to feel what we need to feel and to experience what it is that's in our bodies. Because that's the thing, we've been so disconnected and separated from our bodies that we, you know, don't even know how to experience our experiences. Anger is a part of life. just like joy is a part of life. So how do we express this constructively? So it's also a matter of giving ourselves permission and not hiding or suppressing these experiences that we have. You're triggered, someone triggers you, or you have an experience of anger come up, it's okay. That does not make you a bad person. You are not doing anything wrong. So it's important that we don't judge and shame ourselves for these experiences, but rather, how can I direct this? How can I not be a victim or overcome or overpowered by this experience, but rather direct it so that I'm honoring, like, this is my experience. It is valid from the perspective that it exists, and so there's a reason it exists. There's a reason somewhere in my life it served me to have this experience, and somewhere along the line it helped me to survive. And so how can I honor this and express this in a way that does no harm to me or anyone else, but is still honoring, you know, that life of me, that part of me. So yeah, that's what I see here, is just like learning how can we express these eruptions, how can we constructively express these, how can we direct these energies without feeling like we need to hide it, judge it, be shameful of it, suppress it, you know, because that's why we have the world that we have, and the issues that we have is because no one has been taught how to deal with these things. So forgiveness and understanding and patience with yourself in learning how to feel these feelings, you know. Okay, let's read the book and see what it says. Okay. It's kind of funny we're doing the volcano because I'm like standing up now and I'm just like, ah, my expression is just like, I feel way more like, wow. Okay. Okay, so let's fix my hair. Okay. So this says, Pele is the goddess who lives on the big island of Hawaii, dwelling there in the craters of the active volcano Kilauea. She's considered passionate, volatile, and capricious. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And is perhaps the best known of the panoply of Hawaiian deities. Since 1983, she has been sending ribbons of lava down the mountainside and into the sea, thereby creating new land. In this image, we see her subtle visage in the spewing fire of the volcano. In ancient Hawaiian chants, Pele is described as she who shapes the sacred land, and it's from this magnificent and powerful goddess being and her periodic eruption that new earth is formed. In the resulting lava merges, as the resulting lava merges with her sister, the goddess of the sea, Na maka okaya, na maka hokahi. Okay. Na maka hokahi. Na maka hokahi. Okay, I'm not gonna try that. The volatile and unpredictable nature of the volcanic eruptions is widely known, and in spite of science's efforts at forecasting these blowups, they sometimes happen without warning. Whether the eruptions are slow and steady or violent and explosive, it's an unstoppable force, and one very dramatic way of nature changes and shapes the land. This is a particularly volatile time for you. Unexpected changes, sometimes quite sudden and dramatic, are occurring in ways that you have absolutely no control over. These occurrences may be so powerful as to shake up what you formerly thought of as the foundations of your security. They may even cause you to reassess the direction your life is taken, to question some of your relationships, and to reevaluate the work you have chosen. Although these events may rock your world, know that spirit or God or the universe or goddess is the guiding force behind them, or life. It is a matter of finding your trust that life knows what it is doing in the midst of these storms of changes. It also requires you to make adjustments quickly and to not cling to what was, but instead move forward and welcome with your arms wide open what is yet to come, all from a place of being present in the moment. You truly have nothing to fear. Yeah, so this is also that point of like, not only in the moment can we experience these sudden changes in our experience where it's like, where the fuck is this coming from? And learning how to direct that in the moment, but also in life. Sometimes things happen like that. A snap of a finger, things suddenly change, and it's learning how to adapt and direct that also, so that you're not resisting or suppressing or hiding or pushing against, but allowing what is here to be here, what changes are changing to change, you know. So it's the same with the personal like experiences, not resisting or fighting or pushing down or pushing away or did I say resisting? But rather embracing and allowing what is here. What is this expression I need to express? How can I do this in a way that serves me to really get to see what it is I'm experiencing right now, you know? So it's like really allowing and giving permission to yourself to express and to feel. Feel what you feel. There is no shame in feeling what you need to feel. In that, we're learning about ourselves. We're learning what our experience is. We're learning even the power behind, the power within us, that life that's within us, because look, that is what is in our emotions and feelings. That power we feel in the anger, that is our life force, but we've just channeled it into anger. So how can we take that life force and use it in a way that is creative and life-affirming and life-giving? Like, that's ultimately the point here, is learning how to direct and channel our energy. That is us, that is life, that is abundant, that is infinite. You know, that's our mission, really. So hope this resonates. Awesome reading, you guys. If you have anything to share from this, I would love to hear from you. Share a comment, please. I would love to see that. So otherwise, enjoy the week. Practice channeling the anger in constructive ways. And I'll see you next week for another Earth Magic.